Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and it's time for some more Bloodsword. And we find ourselves once again in the Chamber of Doors, with only one door left to enter, and that would be the blue door of the Blue Moon. The Magi we know to be all about trickery and illusion. Do you have a blue rod? No, we do not. You open the door. The door of Blue Moon opens onto a vast natural cavern lit by a bright red glow from a bubbling lava pit at its centre. Beside the pit is a large dais covered in rich cloth of gold. On it rests a magnificent jewelled battle-axe of gleaming steel, a quarterstaff shod in silver which glows with might, and a luminous scroll inscribed with runes of power that even a layman could tell are inextricably bound with sorcerous force. The dais begins to tilt, causing the treasure to slide ever faster towards the lava pit. Any moment now they will fall away to be consumed forever by the liquid rock. We can wait to see what happens, quickly cast a detection spell if we have an enchantress, yes, or dash forwards to get some of the treasure before it's destroyed. It's probably a trap. Let's have Ariadne cast the detection spell. You mumble a quick detection spell. Magic pervades the area, especially around the dais. You do not sense any warlike magic, but there is sorcery dealing with the giving of wounds. In other words, the magic axe and staff ain't that magical. There's magic to do with hurting us. Let's wait and see if they also wait to try and tempt us longer. You watch the axe, staff, and scroll slip into the lava with a loud, smoky hiss. They sink from view, as do your hopes. What a waste. Suddenly the dais and pit of lava are gone, and in their place a pillar of crackling blue energy splits the cavern from floor to ceiling. Perhaps you made the right choice after all. I mean, we have had hints that the warrior might be able to get hold of a second magic weapon and fight with one in each hand. But that was, it's blue illusion, we leave it alone. In the blue light you notice an archway in the far wall of the cavern. There are no other exits, so you head towards it. The archway leads to a small room at the far end of which is a low altar covered in blue cloth that is lined with silver. Upon that rests a silver platter, and in the platter is a rod of purest blue, ending in a strange shape that you suspect would fit the hole in the steel circle of the Chamber of Doors. As you step forward, troubled thoughts rise unbidden. We do not have the code word bile. Therefore, if not, each player must try to roll psychic ability on less on 2d6. We're screwed. Right, let's see. If all succeed, we have a warrior, so that's unlikely. If you fail the roll and are alone, it's going to be bad. If anyone fails, but there are 2 players in the party. If anyone fails and there are 3 or more players in total, so we're probably heading section 124, but let's make our rolls. Let's start at the back and work our way forwards. The people most likely to succeed. So, Ariadne fails. Okay, fine. Brother Kern succeeds. Remy also succeeds. And Sir Alwyn succeeds. So only Ariadne fails. Interesting. Your thoughts are sorely troubled. Each player who failed the psychic ability roll should turn to the section specified in the order given below. Sage, Warrior, Trickster, Enchanter. Everyone passed apart from Ariadne, so let's see what kind of magical doubts she's going to be having. Why have you not seen it before? These people, your so-called companions, have always been jealous of your power, the ultimate power of sorcery. Their covetous glares and behind-the-hand sniggers have gone on too long. You will not tolerate it any longer. It is time to destroy them, for it is obvious their greed and jealousy have overcome them and they are plotting against you. Blast them with spells until they are ashes. You will show them the power of sorcery. Oh shit, is it actually a fight to the death here with no way of... Oh god. You must fight each other. If you failed the psychic ability roll, you can choose your targets at will. If you are sane, you can attack only those who attacked you. Deluded characters always seek to attack to kill. Sane characters can attack to kill or try to subdue their friends. Subdual is done as a normal fight, but damage is lessened by 1d6, and all points inflicted in this way are only a temporary loss. Any character who reaches 0 endurance from subdual damage is knocked unconscious. If the sane characters win, all unconscious characters can be revived, and they will then be back to normal. The spell of Servile Enthrallment will also cure a character, except the only person who needs to be cured is the one who's got it. And she might dominate allies to actually, you know... This can be used on someone during combat. Alright, well, there's no map. It's a straight fight. What we'll do is we will go to the 7-in-1 map, tidy up these tokens because they're not needed. 372 was it? Yes, it was. We will move the current tokens over. We're moving towards, you know, I'll just sort of dot people about a bit. Here we go. I'll do. Right. Add everyone to initiative. Right. So Remy's on 9, everyone else on a 7. Right. And as a blatant reminder, we will push Ariadne to the other side to show who we are fighting against. Now, we see her summoning sorceress energy, and she'll say something like, "That's enough! You've always been jealous of my power!" And we'd be like, "What? We complimented on your power when you blasted all our foes while we were defending." She's like, "Yes, you cowards always defended and let me do all the work. Die!" At which point Remy will be like, "Alright, okay, let's go get her." So attacking for non-lethal damage, there's no penalty to hit. And she doesn't have any armor on. Yeah, he gets right in there. In her face. He will attempt to use a sword in a non-lethal manner. And misses. Now everyone's simultaneous. Ariadne is going to attempt to cast Night Howl on Sir Alwyn because he is a very dangerous foe. It's a complexity level 1 spell. Whatever she rolls, it will succeed. Man, and I was hoping to use that on some kind of enemies. I should have remembered which colour door I was going through. Sir Alwyn will attempt a psychic resistance roll and fail. So he is, for 4 rounds, okay. He is a bit dazed and confused. He's like, you know, he's heard the shrieking howling. He's got a pounding headache. But 1, 2, 3, 4. He does not close. So that's going to be... However, I have said that when it's simultaneous, it starts at the end of her turn. And begins at the beginning of her next turn. Well, no. It's like, you know, from end to end, not beginning to beginning. Brother Kern will move in and attempt to subdue her with his quarterstaff. You know what? Because the quarterstaff technique has never worked yet, I think it worked once in the entire playthrough maybe, he strikes her very successfully. Well, at least it worked once. Quarterstaff technique. An extra die of damage and knock her off balance. Now, I could roll 3d6 plus 1, then roll a d6 and take it away. But I think what I'm going to do for this non-lethal damage is just roll 1 die less damage. So, like, if Sir Alwyn hits her with a blood sword, it'll be 2d6 plus 3 instead of 5d6 plus 3, 4d6 plus 3 minus 1d6. It'll just be a straight 3d6, you know. It's less complicated that way, anyway. So we'll have 2d6 plus 1, which will be 6 points. Temporary, yes, but she's on full, so we'll just count it straight. So now, she does not act until the end of the next round, as if she has an awareness of 1. Round 2. Remy will try and tackle her again. He'll try and beat her with his sword pommel or the flat of his blade, and fails. He's a bit too concerned he might actually cause her some serious damage. Sir Alwyn is far more experienced and knows how to club someone over the head with an armoured gauntlet. But the Night Howl means he's on 3 dice, fails, strikes with the blood sword, hits, so 3d6 plus 3. 19. Yeah, this is going to be a short fight, isn't it? Brother Kern will make a normal attack now. And miss. Ariadne will prepare the vampire spell. In case she actually gets to cast it next round. Next round, Remy tries to hit her, and then it will be simultaneous. So, go Remy, hit. He hits. Excellent. 2d6 plus 1. 7. Now, I'm going to have her go first, because it is all simultaneous, and the others are probably going to hit her. So we'll go with the vampire spell, because she'll get to do it regardless of whether I hit her anyway. Complexity level 3, d6 plus 3, let's go for it. 6, she successfully casts the vampire spell, probably at Sir Alwyn with his low psychic resistance. So he will attempt a resistance roll, and fails, quite predictably. Psychic ability of 6 is a problem at this rank for a warrior. 4 dice. Armor doesn't work because... Right. Because it's a psychic spell. 4d6. He takes 16 damage. It's okay, we have a healer. Puts on 25 endurance. And she will gain half of that, so 8. Putting her back on 11. Which then means, reeling from a pain, Sir Alwyn will lash out, go for Armoured Gauntlet again, hits her absolutely, 1d6 plus 3, because we're trying not to kill her, 9, and the Blood Sword. Hits. Because it's that good. 4d6. No. 3d6. Look, he's not that badly hurt, but he's going to try and kill her. There we go. Takes her down. Fight is at an end. I think the only reason we would try to kill someone here is if they were doing so much damage to us so quickly that we were having a hard time subduing them, and we're just like, okay, sod it, we'll need to try and kill them. But the obvious trick would be to do real damage until they're ready to drop, then do non-lethal damage. You step forward and take the blue rod off the platter. It has the number 50 engraved on it. Note it on your character sheet, but make sure you note the number beside it. Now, Sir Alwyn's going to carry this one. So we got 216 by the look of it. As this is... Right, that's all temporary. This is not. So we'll do an 8-point healing roll for Brother Kern. 5 8s are 40. So, yes. Even giving Brother Kern back his 5, that gives us 35 of these 16 damage we suffered. You leave and retrace your steps back to the Chamber of Doors. If you have 5 rods coloured blue, red, white, green and gold, interestingly, that's not the order represented here, so that's the order in the text, right? Here, we have red, blue, green. Is that rainbow order? Gold. No, gold and white. Okay. The order may matter. Each rod section has a number on it. Add all the numbers together. The total number is the paragraph you should turn to. If you haven't got all the rods, you cheating scumbag, turn back to 119 and choose again. That's right up there with the magic sword in... What's the fighting fantasy book where you play as a thief? It's Midnight Rogue, right? There's a monster that can only be hurt by a magic sword, and you can try and fight it. Obviously, you can't hurt it, and you'll get an option to run away. But you'll also get an option to say, "Hey, are you using a magic sword?" And if you turn to that section, the book says there is no magic sword in this adventure. You're cheating. The monster kills you. The end. 216 it is. Okay. Let's get the slider up above these two annoying buttons. 216. Close. There we go. Oh, that's... Okay, let's try this again. So, blue is 50. Oh, 316. Got it. Here we go. That was literally the green door. 216. Okay. The 5 sections fit together perfectly to make a large key with the blue section at the end. You step over to the circular slab of steel and insert the key. It disappears from sight and you leap back as a deep rumbling noise sounds below you. I'm also, even though I've not been instructed to do so, going to remove the 5 rods now. If on the off chance we'll suddenly be expected to have them later and remember numbers on them, that'll be another matter, but I doubt it. The steel circle begins to rise upwards, revealing itself to be a huge pillar of metal embedded in the floor. And the key is now at the top of it, where we left it in the hole, right? Up above, in the ceiling, a round hole appears. The pillar of steel rises right up to cover the hole. At the base of the pillar, a door slides open, revealing a spiral staircase that travels up the interior of the steel edifice. You step in and start to wend your way up. So, we're still waiting for the 5 archmages, the wizards, who act as priests for the cult. The 5 victims they intend to sacrifice, probably as vessels for the True Magi to inhabit, and of course the 5 True Magi themselves. It would, of course, at this point be really nice to have Hassan the Assassin with us, but as Fatima said to him, he looks for the easy way without having to work for it, and that's not what heroes do. Heroes have to work for their achievements, for them to feel worthwhile. You come out at the top of the pillar in a large antechamber with a corridor running off at the far end. Several people are waiting for you here. A couple of men-at-arms, several armed peasants, and a merchant or 2. Well, this is suspicious. "All foes of our astral masters must perish!" screams one of the merchants. "Death to the unbelievers!" We've got a trickster here. Is Remy going to call out death to the unbelievers and pretend to be part of the cult? If a warrior wishes to try something, it'll probably be intimidation. We also killed a whole load of these, none routed. So let's see what Remy can do. No, you know what? It's not often we get a warrior option. Let's do it. You've had enough of this unnerving place, and the last thing you want is to deal with a bunch of crazed imbeciles who revere the foul magi as though they were gods. Your blood boils. With a howling scream of battle-mad frenzy, you charge at them, brandishing the blood sword. Some of the peasants give a yelp of fear and turn tail, running for their lives. Turn to 152 and fight them, but note that the 5th and 6th disciples have fled and will take no part in the combat. So, the route keyword, the route 0, does not come into effect here, unfortunately. From the look in their eyes, you can tell they are as beyond reason as all zealots. They will fight until they are you or they are dead. So we got a couple of men-at-arms, a merchant or 2, and some peasants, right? If we knock it down to 1 of each, keep the 2 men-at-arms, they'll have a bit more mental fortitude, in theory. They'll be used to intimidation. Right, I'll go sort us out a map. See you in a bit. Here are our cultists ready to be killed. In all fairness, if it were not for the preemptive charge of our warrior, they started it, we're going to finish it. And there's no reasoning with them. They look very mad. And very identical. Something that really stands out to me about these cultists is that they don't have an awareness rating at all. It's completely absent. And if you're wondering why there's only 4 instead of 6, it's because the warrior scared 2 of them out of the fight completely. So, I looked at the old Book 5. Again, no awareness rating for the cultists. And I looked at the PDF with all the fights in it. No awareness rating. So, with all the updates, this has been missed and never fixed. I think it's reasonable to presume they're, based on their stat block, what they have, that their awareness is around a 6 or a 7. 7 would be the same as most of the party, and they're not that experienced combatants. I think we'll leave it as a 6 just so that we can have less simultaneous combat to be concerned about. Remy, get in there and mess him up. So Remy misses. Shame. You know what? We'll send Sir Alwyn in next. It'll make total sense. He would actually like to go to here and tackle two of them. 15 endurance will punch this one. There we go. Excellent. 2d6 plus 3. Unlikely to be a kill. 9. Still pretty good. Oh, they got armor as well, so 6. 9. In which case, we'll finish him off with a blood sword. Barring a really unlucky roll. 17. Yep. That disciple goes down screaming and thrashing. The blood is spreading from his body. And in his last few moments of existence, he will get to question his life choices and wonder if it was all worth it. This will be the final test of his faith. Will he truly believe his fellow cultists will take care of everything now that he's gone and that he contributed to part of a greater whole, or will he start to question? Right. Meanwhile, Brother Kern will come in and try and buffet this one with both ends of his quarterstaff and the middle of it. Just whack, 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 whack. Hit him. No. Interesting. Ariadne has no spell prepared. She doesn't really need to use much magic for this fight, to be honest. Let's see. Okay, we'll go for a volcano spray. Haven't used that in a while. Oh, no, wait, they've got armor on. Not good. Okay, sword thrust it is. The volcano spray was a nice idea to finish off any wounded cultists, but the fact that they practically ignore half the damage, or more, is not worth it. Right, cultists. Well, this disciple will attack Sir Alwyn. And miss. This one will attack Remy. And also miss. And this one will attack Brother Kern. And hit. To misquote Ghostbusters, actual physical damage. That's 11 after armor, takes him down to 24 endurance points. New round. You know, Remy's going to dance around and strike at this one because he can. Actually, that's a bad idea. We'll do it anyway. What the hell? That's a hit. He does not deal enough damage. 8 after, so it leaves him with 7. The armor means that Sir Alwyn is the only one who can drop one of these with a single attack. But the fact that he has 2 attacks means we don't really want to waste him on the corner here. Let's move down and engage this central one. We will kick him. There we go. Good kick. Kick him in the stomach for 8. Drops him down to 7. And hit him with the blood sword for a lot. Oh. I see what I did there. 4d6 plus 3. Not 4d1, essentially. Okay, 13, 10. Yeah, takes him out of the fight. Excellent. I will say that this offhand attack, unarmed, that does as much damage as with a normal weapon. It feels like the brawling feels very much like the kind of thing the trickster would do. It doesn't feel so much like the honourable combat of the warrior, but he's just furious and going all in at the moment, you know. Hitting with anything he's got. Brother Kern will strike at his opponent. You never know. That's a miss. So Ariadne will cast Sword Thrust on the one facing Brother Kern. 1d6 plus 3 is 8. Bang on the target number. So he is on the receiving end of a lot of magical damage. 20 points. Yeah, he's dead. He's out of it. Which then means after this disciple gets the opportunity to attack Remy, and guess what? Remy's a hard target, and the attack misses, Remy will have the opportunity to finish the fight. However, Brother Kern can come. No, Brother Kern can reach by both avenues of assault. Remy doesn't need to move. I was thinking I could move Remy out of the way to let the sage in. He doesn't need to. He'll just attack then. Hits the cultist for 9 points, 6 after armor, 1 shy of a kill. You know what? I would say at this point Sir Alwyn will allow Brother Kern to come in and get the kill, but he's furious. He's like, I've had enough of this shit. I'm killing all these bastards. Goes in there, hits him with a blood sword. Minimum of 7 damage, 4 required to kill. I'm not even going to roll it. Fight's over. There we go. And I must say that the lack of an awareness stat among the cultists has given me a great episode title, which you've probably seen already at this point. Okay, excellent stuff. Let's move on. You proceed along the corridor at the far end. Wait, while we walk along that corridor, we will try a 7-point healing roll for Brother Kern. Okay, we get 14 back, so that takes him up to 29. Not on full health. It opens out, the corridor that is, onto a square chamber. There is a door in the opposite wall, but the right-hand wall is more interesting, for it is a huge mural. On the other wall hang 5 coloured masks. The mural depicts a great warrior whom you recognise as Heimdall, guardian of Asgard. He is standing on Bifrost, the rainbow-hued bridge that spans the clouded skies of the heavens and lands from Asgard to Doomstead, the home of the Fates. In one hand he holds the trumpet Gjall. Well, it's more of a horn, really. The legendary Horn of Heroes. The colours of the bridge are vivid, and almost seem to glow of their own accord in the dim light. The masks on the opposite wall all depict various snarling demon faces, but they are of the colours corresponding to the Magi stars: red, green, blue, white, and yellow. You also notice, at each corner of the mural, 4 blank alabaster faces over which the masks would fit perfectly. We could start putting the masks on the faces, or ignore all this and go through the door. There's an illustration. That is a very bizarre version of Heimdall, featuring a distinctly Celtic sword hilt design, not a Viking sword hilt design at all. He's not wearing enough clothes. The fact that he's bare-chested would mark him as a thrall, or worse, a slave in Viking society. He's pointing, and the horn looks very bizarre, very S-shaped. Interestingly, these are not all authentic runes. Some of these I cannot read, especially around this section here. I imagine there is no... hang on. Here. Oh, wait, if we twist it... Sinnook. I suppose that's supposed to be sinning. Innis. That is absolute. Nope. Okay. Is that supposed to be fate? No, there's no sense to this. Always worth checking sometimes to see if there's a hidden message in the. No, this isn't really legible either. So we have 5 masks and 4 corners to which a mask could be attached. So we would place. Here's what I'm thinking. If we place 4 masks on Bifrost for Rainbow Bridge, the 5th one on the wall remains opposite and manifests to attack us in some way. I don't think it'll be a case that the 4 we would place on the corners would be allowed into the world and the 5th one would stay behind, because the Magi want all 5 to return. What if, as Heimdall is the Guardian, he's on the lookout for an invasion force, right? He's the Watchman. He will warn when doom is coming. So, if he, as Guardian, will keep out the 4 whose masks we place on the mural, and then whichever one we don't place is the one we face at the end of the adventure. I'm kind of thinking, you know what, it's 22 past 2 in the morning. Yeah, I'll just stop here, take a break, give it a little thought, and pick it up in the next episode. But ignore this and go through the door. Is there just a door? There's a door in the opposite wall. No description of the door. If we start putting masks on the faces, will it matter which masks we put on and which ones we don't? As in, will we be given the option, or will we just be idiots and start putting them on without sort of thought or rhyme or reason to it? The wording, implies just randomly shoving them on and not really thinking about it. My feeling is that we can trust Heimdall as Guardian to exclude that which is unwelcome and unworthy. Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 7 colours in the rainbow. Why would this picture have looked weird if there was only 7 instead of 8? Quite possibly, actually. Interesting artistic choice. So I feel we can trust Heimdall, but we can't trust the Magi. If we put them on the Rainbow Bridge, are they then travelling towards Asgard? Or even Midgard? I don't know. I think... The thing is, if I start the next episode, I'll have to go through all this again and all the reasoning and thinking, sod it, we'll just put some masks on. This is going to be bad, potentially. Which mask will you put on the first face? The yellow one, the green one, the red one, the blue one, or the white one? Well, not the blue one. We don't know which... Right, hold on. White. White is decision. You place the mask. Nothing happens. In fact, nothing happens no matter what you do with the masks. You rearrange them in all sorts of orders, but it seems you have failed to activate any magic. If there was any to activate. We should have probably gone for the gold one, not the blue one, whatever we did. Shrugging your shoulders, you turn and head through the door. Well, if there was something positive, I think we might have been able to interact with Heimdall. He may have given us a small gift. As it stands, we'll have to press on without it. However, I'm thinking a 6-point healing roll is in order. Okay, spend 6, get 24, so that's 18. Puts Brother Kern back on full health. And I'm thinking this section is where I should start the next episode. I either made... Right, depending on the consequences of my actions there, I have either made an incorrect choice, or I have avoided a very nasty trap of choosing one of them in particular. I'm going to leave the episode here. I hope you all enjoyed this one, and I will look forward to seeing you all in the very next episode, sometime quite soon. I'll say goodbye for now, though, and cheerio, everybody. See you all soon. Stay heroic. I know I'm going to intend to.